Howdy folks, Cal Kellogg here. I am coming off 2 phenomenal days of trolling at Folsom Lake. Classic open water trolling for kings and rainbows. Lots of bait around. Fish are pretty finicky. Limit style action both days. Yesterday, I don't think I boxed a fish that was under 16, 17 inches. We could have had limits yesterday by noon. The previous day, day 1, we had limits that day too. It was just exceptional fishing. If you're from Northern California, I know you're going to want to see some Folsom Lake footage of Folsom Lake at its best. And if you're not from this region, there is still a lot to be learned here about trolling spoons, naked spoons in big open expanses of water around tons of bait, as well as, mixing in some trolling flies, because those can be really effective too. Biggest trout of the week, of like a 23-inch fish, came on a white and blue metalhead trolling fly. So enjoy this action, and I'll be back at the end of this video to talk a little bit about what we're pulling specifically and why. I don't know. Move over here. Move the bass. Take a little bass. Oh, it's a trout spoon. Right. Yeah. There we go, guys. Nice rainbow. So, guys, here's a spoon that rainbow came on. That was down about 55 feet. New color trigger spoon. Copper, red. Very cool. You liked it. Hey, we're hooked up. We went over a hump right here. See these lines? See, I raised the downrigger up. And ba-bam! Hook up on the shallow line. I'm going to put this on the thingamajig here. There we go. All right. Oh my gosh, it's right there. All right, bring him to daddy. All right. There we go. Woo! What is that? That's our rainbow. There we go. Nice keeper. Rainbow trout, Folsom Lake. Show you the spoon. Another new color today, guys. They're working. We got color, guys. 50-50. Genuine silver and purple. First fish ever caught on that trigger spoon, so got some new colors in stock. Now, I won't show you the screen, guys, but take my word for it. We're out here in front of the dam. It looks like there's a war going on down there. I dropped this downrigger down to 100 feet, so that line that David's on there was at 75, and it popped off, and it felt heavy, but I don't know. It's just way down there, so who knows? No telling. Not sure. But this is how I've been catching my big salmon out here, just random like this, so maybe we got lucky. The biggest trout of the day catches fish. There we go. Woo! Little fatty.
Yeah,
Fat little trout.
nice fish.
Yeah, that's that purple and silver spoonage. Yeah. That fish is way down there. There he is, guys. Purple, silver trigger spoon, Folsom Lake rainbow. Good times. That was down at, well, I guess it wasn't that deep. That was down at 78 feet. There's marks everywhere here. It looks phenomenal. We've had a lot of bites. Bring it right between these two lines. So yes, put the tip right over here.
12 or 13 years.
The sports fans on YouTube have never seen a fish before, so that's one right there. Rainbow trout. Folsom Lake.
Oh, it was just too big of a house. There we go.
Another new color, guys.
Got a boat coming.
Chartreuse shad. My crew's telling me there is a boat coming, and oh my, we don't want to hit a boat. That's for dang sure. We are hooked up, guys. We are hooked up first thing in the morning, like that. That's on a metalhead. That's on my fly. That's great. Daddy.
Oh my God!
Hello. Good
Oh
job.
What is that? That is, well, that's a big rainbow.
Oh my God, that was quick. Oh, he already got off the hook.
Allie.
Check it out, guys. First fish of the day. Big old Folsom rainbow right there. Put him on ice. I'll show you what he hit. Choice, guys. Blue and white metalhead. You fought that fish better. We're off to another good start today, guys. This is our third bite. That was a deep line. That's on that clown trigger spoon. All around. Just use your tip. There you go. Bring him right here. Put your tip right over. There you go. There you go. Like a dog on a leash. If he wants to come over here. There we go. Another nice fish.
Oh, nice.
Another nice fish. King salmon, guys, awesome. That's a 2-year-old. That's 19 inches, 18 inches maybe.
Is he making that noise?
If I squeeze you hard enough, you make noise. Just leave it up over there.
You got this one.
Same spoon, guys. Clown trigger spoon, way down there, 85 feet.
You got him, baby. You got him, baby. Yay!
Good job.
There we go.
Remember when your mom told you keep your eye on your own business? That's why. Awesome rainbow. Ow! Now see, you could have lost that fish so easy.
Yeah, that came off
Oh, totally.
easy.
It's just in the skin. Hooked up on that clown trigger again.
You see, baby. Yeah.
Nice little salmon. Put him on the bark.
Yay.
All right. Good. Yeah, that's all right.
He's a jumper.
Yeah,
Jumping all around.
he's got some energy in him.
Is that a rainbow?
Yeah, that's
Right
right.
there, yeah.
The rainbows love you, Dad.
Pretty fish.
Little minnow.
Yeah, he's popping
Did
out
he
of his
really?
mouth.
Oh, no way.
Yeah, look.
Oh, gee, we got 2 for the price of one.
That's a minnow larvae.
Oh.
Yeah.
See, we was talking about all those little things we saw
Yeah.
earlier. You said they were hatching.
So check it out, folks. See that little tiny minnow there? So there's 2 kinds of bait out here. There's big clouds of bait down near the bottom. That is immature bait. I don't know if that's a pond smelt or a shad. They're tiny. Trout just spit these. They're all over the deck of the boat. And then higher in the water column, we're seeing bigger schools of bait. That's probably threadfin shad. But they're down there just munching on that bait fish larvae. And like I say, there's probably 15 or 20 of them on the floor of the boat. So he's having a good time down there.
Go out. Go.
Yeah, go get him. I'm filming. We had a fish that spit up a bunch of little tiny bait fish, so I put on a white and chrome pinhead maybe 15 minutes ago, and we have hooked a fish on it. Love fishing with you guys. You guys are on the ball. Oh, nice salmon.
You got him nice and easy. Yeah, nice and easy.
Oh,
Oh, shit, man.
You're fighting him. You're fighting him.
Oh,
Yay!
woo, he's look real good.
Nice.
Awesome, he's pretty. Wow.
All right, wow.
Holy cow.
Fish of the day.
That is a fish of the
Good job,
day.
Al.
Good job.
Thank you.
Beautiful.
Okay.
No. He's happy. That's a nice fish.
Yeah, that's good salmon. Good salmon right there, guys. Awesome. On the just a little pinhead spoon.
That was a fighter, but
He was.
Scotty.
Yeah, look,
Look at that nice.
So as I take this off, check it out. Little tiny spoon, open water. You don't need dodgers and flashers all the time, guys. You don't need a giant lure to catch whoa, he's spicy. To catch a good sized fish. Sometimes you just match the size of the bait. Make that presentation. His whole job is finding little bait fish in open water. They will find it. You don't need a big flasher. You don't need a huge dodger a lot of times. Match the hatch, catch the fish. That's what we did right there. Let's get another one. Well, as you can see, we got some really solid fishing taking place out at Folsom Reservoir, Folsom Lake. So let's talk about what's working. Let's start off with speeds, depths, area, stuff like that. I have been spending most of my time out in the main body, out in front of the dam, working anywhere from about 55 feet deep first thing in the morning and dropping all the way down to 90 feet later in the morning. And, I'm basing my depths on what I'm seeing on the sonar. I start off double stacking on 2 downriggers. I'll be like at 55 on one, 60 on the other with the shallow line, and then I'll be down, 70 and maybe 75 on the deeper lines. That's where I start out. And then, the depth varies. The best depth varies a little bit according to the day. Best depth on day 1 was about 75 feet. Best depth yesterday was 85 feet for a while, and then the fish moved up and I was getting them really consistently at 72. So anyway, watch your sonar, pay attention to what's going on in terms of the level of the fish, where the bait is and stuff like that. I mark several pods of fish. When I'd have 5 or 6 fish on the screen at the same time, I would mark them. I was curious to see if they were holding in one area. I would go right back to that waypoint, as soon as I could get the boat around, and they were gone. And what that's telling me is the fish are roaming around out there. They're actively feeding. There's a lot of current out there because the reservoir's dropping, which is actually good for us. It's not only concentrating the fish, but it's creating that current, and I think it's really driving the bite. So good stuff there. I am running, I'll show you my rig. This is my number 1 spoon this week and last week. I am running a clown patterned UV trigger spoon, just like that, on a 12-pound test leader. There are some very big fish in the mix out there, guys. Our top salmon over the last 2 weeks was over 10 pounds. I had one about 7 pounds. So, don't skimp on the leader. You want to be using tackle capable of landing a big fish. With fluorocarbon, they can't see it anyway. Why not go with, fairly stout lines? So I'm running 12-pound test on my downrigger rods. There's that clown trigger right there. Key speeds for me, anywhere from 2.5 to 3.2. Target speed is about 2.7, 2.8. I'm varying the speed. I'm doing some zigzagging. I'm also causing variations in the speed by hitting and turning on and turning off the Minn Kota on the front of the boat that I used to steer the boat. Well, I've got it cranked up to like level 9. Sometimes when I see fish, I'll hit that motor full just going forward. It'll speed us up from like 2.6 to 3.2 very quickly. It causes the baits not only to speed up, but also causes them to rise in the water column, and that does trigger strikes at times. If I don't get a strike within about 15 to 20 seconds of doing that, I just turn the motor back off. The boat slows back down, and we get back to the speed that we were trolling at originally. So that's the number 1 pattern right there. Honorable mention, I'm going to show you a bunch of other spoons that I've been working too, but honorable mention goes to this blue and white metalhead. Not getting a lot of strikes on that, but the number 1 trout of the week did come on that, and that fish was 22, 23 inches long. One of those native kind of quote-unquote steelhead that roam around Folsom. Just an awesome fish, bright red meat, really cool. So could definitely put some flies in the spread early in the morning. That big rainbow, I believe, was at like 55, 57 feet or something like that, 2.7 miles an hour, and he snapped that metalhead trolling fly. Now, I've been playing with some new spoons, new colors of spoons out there this week, and here are the ones that have really been working well for me. Call this one Chartreuse Shad. That's been working on my deep sets, anywhere from like 75 feet down to 90 feet. Been catching a lot of trout and a few salmon on that. This pattern right here and this pattern right here. This one is 50-50 purple and silver, and that's real silver plate. And this one's 50-50 red and copper. These two have been working really well earlier in the day on the top lines, in that 55 to 65 foot range. Those have been winners. Caught a lot of trout on those, just a couple salmon, but these might work well on the salmon too if I was running them down on the bottom. I've been getting all my salmon on the bottom lines, and I was running these two up on the upper lines, so been catching mostly trout on those. And these are my personal supply of spoons. I haven't even had a chance to put hooks on them yet, so that's why I can keep them in my pocket. I want to show you one thing. I talked a little bit about this in the video when we were catching the fish. This is an unrigged white pinhead, and I'll just hold it up next to a standard trigger spoon for comparison. thing that's unique about the pinhead is you can run it slow or you can run it fast. It works over a broad range of speeds. But you can see it's much more compact than the standard trigger spoon. And we were having to fish spit up small bait yesterday, dug around in the tackle box, got the white pinhead out, going for something more compact, something smaller, and lo and behold, biggest salmon of the day yesterday came on that. And I can't remember if we were down at 84 or 72, but we were down there. We were down there fairly deep, trolling at it again, 2.7, 2.8, something like that. The thing to learn from that, and really all the bites I've been getting, you didn't hear me talk about flashers. You didn't hear me talk about dodgers. Haven't been doing any of that stuff. There are a fair number of fishermen out there at times. They're all pulling gear. The fish are somewhat concentrated. They're down there in the main body. They've got all the bait they want to feed on. They can go up higher in the column. They can feed on mature bait. They can drop down deeper in the column. They can feed on the larvae. There is plenty of food out there. There's plenty of gear being trolled out there. It's August. The fish can be finicky. So this is a time that I like to cut back to naked spoons, sometimes really small spoons. Rest assured, those fish are very tuned in to the environment out there. They can find a tiny little spoon like that in open water. That king was, in 100+ feet of water, found that little spoon, jumped all over it, had it way back in his mouth. So don't hesitate to run the naked spoons. That's my preferred method. I like to stay on the move. I like to, move around, work the depths. I'm trying to target the most active fish down there, the fish that are actively willing to strike, the fish that are, willing to react. It's like the cat that's willing to chase that string. That king was down there feeding on that larvae-sized bait. He saw that come swimming by fairly quickly. He turned on it and inhaled it. Game over. In the box he went. So anyway, that's what we've been using. That's the thought process. That's the speeds. You will run into distinct bite windows out there. Not to say you can't catch fish when you're not in a bite window, but you'll have periods of intense action when it's hard to keep all the rods in the downriggers because you're catching a fish, losing a fish, catching a fish, landing a fish. Oh, that rod's going off, and all of a sudden you got no rods on the downriggers. Okay, that's when the bite's good. You'll go through an hour or maybe 45 minutes or whatever where the bite dies. The temptation is, let's play musical chairs in terms of tackle, and let's throw the whole tackle box at them. Don't do that. You already know what they're biting. You've caught fish. Just wait it out. Keep watching the sonar. Stay on those marks, and they will start biting again. Yesterday, towards the end of the day, we went for probably 40 minutes without a bite, then had a double hookup. We lost both the fish, go figure. But we got them on the end of the line. So the bite comes on, the bite goes off, they start biting again. For all I know, there was a wide open bite out there yesterday at 3 p.m. I wasn't out there. How would I know? But that's what we've been seeing. You'll get an hour or two of really good action, a little slow period where you might pick up a fish or get a couple bites, then the bite's on again. So be patient, stick to your guns, stick to your lures. If you are looking for any of my new trigger spoons or my tried and proven colors of trigger spoons, you know where to go. Get on up to FHSfishing.com and we'll set you up with what you need, whether it's pinheads or trigger spoons or trolling flies, metalheads, whatever. My tackle works, guys. You see it every day here on YouTube. We're out there pounding those fish, and as anybody from this region knows, Folsom is not a pushover. It's not an easy place to fish, but we are putting our anglers on limits, near limits every day, and some really large fish. And partly it's our experience, but partly we keep it simple. We run quality gear, and you can do the same thing. It's not rocket science. So if you want to stock up on some stuff, get ready for Folsom or get ready to fall, FHSfishing.com. Thanks for all the support, guys. I'll catch you next time right here on YouTube. Probably out on the water, not in my backyard studio. You have a great day. I'm Kel Kellogg.